Hello, everybody, and welcome to Marma DAO Live. In today's stream, I'm going to be talking about the Marma Foundation's path or goals to sustainability. And it's funny because I tweeted out yesterday. It's been Near's been pumping recently, and so I tweeted out one Near is still one Near, and the pump has no effect on the Marma Foundation being able to run a node. If anything, it makes it further out of reach. So if we click into this article, which I will link in the description to this video, and I'll read through it a little bit. So basically, the goal is to decentralize. So if you go to near.org dash decent or slash decentralize, you will see this article where currently it's about 3 million near to run a validator. So currently, if we go to it's at the Explorer, but let's go to wallet.org. Let's go to the Marma J Foundation. Ooh, looks fancy, right? Because we're pumping. I guess we're down a bit. I don't know. It's hard to keep track. The price changes too often for me. Let me go to the mainnet. We can go to Explorer, and we can see what are the nodes doing. So we can see there's currently 59 validating nodes. There's 1 billion tokens. There's 404 million near staking. This is the seat price. It currently costs us 3.4 million near tokens to have a validator. That's insane, in my opinion. That means you need to have $34 million in order to become a validator on the new network. Obviously, way out of reach currently for the Marma J Foundation. As you can see, we currently have $99,000 in near tokens, which is about 10,000 near tokens. Majority of this is staking. So if you look at our staking currently, we've got about 43 free near, and we've got about 10,116 near staking. We stake with a few different validators. We stake with StakeSabi. We stake with Build Links. Zvoldi, the majority of our stake there, and we stake with ZKV support to support privacy. When I was doing independent research for a long time, they had a lot of zero knowledge podcasts that really supported me in my educational journey, so we stake with them. The Rect pool at 1.5% fee, we will change that eventually and stop staking with them soon. And we'll probably move these funds to the ZKV, Zero Knowledge Validator. First of all, the fee used to be 10% here, and now it's been dropped. Second of all, why pay 0.5% more if you don't have to? Third of all, the ZKV validator is actually quite low on the list, so if we go back to the nodes. So first of all, these nodes on the top can actually take down the network if they go down together. We stake with Zvoldi because, as you can see, 1,400 people do so. It's quite a few people. And Zvoldi is a developer in the community. He's been very active in the community, and we've used a lot of their applications they've built, and so we want to continue to support them. We don't stake with any of these higher ones. And then if you go kind of like all the way down to the bottom, we could control F or something like that. But usually zero knowledge validator is pretty low to the bottom. Yeah, so as you can see, they're at 3.7 million and it's 3.4 million to have a validator. So we really want to support these validators that are lower into the list, because if they drop below the seat price, they will be kicked out and they will be idle. As you can see, it looks like Huboy is a newcomer, and it looks like obviously usually exchanges want to run a node. So it looks, if you want to check out which new exchange is going to list near, you can probably try and check which exchanges are running validators, and that can kind of be a way of seeing what new exchanges might come up. You can check out information on validators here as well. So if you want to so let's actually go to Zvoldi. Let's open it up, and you can see more information. So 100% uptime. Latest technology was 3 seconds ago. So they ping the network so you can see what's going on. You can check out their website, see what's going on. But eventually, we want this to be the Marma J Foundation. We want to be able to have Marma J near Marma J Foundation node. We want to say a permanent 1.19 fee from a community node, and you can delegate now, all that fun stuff. So more than 10 million near tokens currently delegated. Hopefully we get there one day. That would be awesome. But currently, We are actually trying to get to 50,000 Near staked. So it's been 1 year since Near's official mainnet launch, and with it, the formation of the Near validator community. The Near network is now secured by 59 validators, which is not bad, but not great either. However, the roadmap is set out to be much more ambitious, and they want to decentralize Near and keep the network even more secure. So on this anniversary, which is awesome, we're excited to announce a new opportunity to participate in staking and further decentralize the Near network while earning rewards. So obviously, I don't know if obvious to you, but the more people that can run a node, the more that are running nodes, the more decentralized the network can be, because instead of having to rely on, let's close this, instead of having to rely on one of these other people to validate the network, the Marma J Foundation on its own can validate the network. We can validate our own smart contracts, we can validate all the transactions coming through, and usually for a chunk producing node, you're only going to be validating one shard at a time instead of validating the entire network. So as the Near network matures, a new role is emerging: chunk only producers. This is a more accessible role for those who may not have a lot of Near to run a validator today. So instead of needing 3.4 million Near, instead of needing 3.4 million, you need 50,000 Near, which is still a heck of a lot of money. $500,000 instead of 34 million though. So, magnitude difference. This new role will allow the validator pool to grow and create more opportunities to earn rewards in the Near ecosystem. So I already kind of talked about it a little bit, but you're like, okay, I still don't really know what you're talking about. What are chunk-only producers? Now, you're going to have to watch the Nightshade or read the Nightshade paper. So if you open this link, you'll see the Nightshade paper. I've done a paper review of this paper. It's in a playlist on this channel. I will link the playlist in this video description if you're too lazy to read it yourself. When I read through the papers, I try to also go through like my own topics, and I try and pause at times and go through it. So it might be helpful for you if you have no clue what's going on here. But chunk-only producers are only responsible for producing chunks. That sounds, not very helpful in my opinion so far, but you can dig into these links and learn more if you'd like. So chunks are parts of the block from a shard. So instead of, you're just kind of validating transactions. Chunks are a bit different anyways. Near's weird. Not weird, but it's different than Ethereum. And you're only validating in one shard. Because chunk-only producers only track one shard instead of tracking the entire network, you can run it with less hardware requirements as well. So for example, a 4-core PCU, 16 gigs of RAM, and 200 gigabytes of SSD storage. Now, for example, that might be your old cell phone. Usually old cell phones probably only have 8 gigs of RAM, and maybe 128 gigs of storage. But maybe if you have a newer cell phone, this might be good enough. I think actually my Google Pixel 5 might have around there. Anyways, the idea is it would be really cool to try running on a phone. That's definitely been always my plan for a long time, to see if we can run on a phone. Anyways, the current proposal to onboard 400 chunk-only producers. So they want, instead of having only 59 validating nodes, there's going to be 59 validating nodes plus 400 chunk producers. With a lower barrier to entry, we can have a large set of chunk-only producers and increase the total network of validators on the Near network, thereby increasing the decentralization of the network and improving its security. The current estimate to join is going to be about 50,000 Near. Again, this is an estimate. I'm assuming there'd be a similar type of seat price mechanism because they're going to try and get to this 400 number. Now, as we showed previously, we are about 5x away from that number. It took us about 6 months to get to the 10,000 Near mark. Now, at this point in time, maybe it'll take us another 1.5 years, 2 years to get there, but that's still our goal. I did a video yesterday talking about how do you support the Marma J Foundation. A lot of the funds that we receive will go towards staking and trying to increase the amount of Near we have staking so that we can eventually get to become a chunk producer. And why? The reason is because we will receive a minimum of 4.5% annual rewards. And as you could imagine, if you have 50,000 Near earning 4.5% a year at minimum, that will probably allow us to continue giving out bounties, continue supporting creatives in the Web3 space, continue supporting marginalized communities globally for hopefully many, many years to come. Now, if less than 100% of the tokens in the network are staked, you can get even more. So if every single token is staked, let's go back to the Explorer, and we can see there's 1 billion tokens, 400 million near staked. So currently your rewards would probably be around 10-11%. I would assume that this total number of stake will decrease over time, which means the amount you can earn could be higher than that. So as we said, let's close this nightshade paper. So we can earn 4.5%, which is actually where we could start setting up a minimum viable, altruistic plan. And anything above that could be for additional bounties and so forth. And if you want more details about validated economics, you can read the Near Economic paper. I actually don't think I've gone through this on the channel, so maybe I will do a day. I probably actually will. Ilya wrote this one. I've already read it a couple times, but I think it might be good to kind of go through this paper, especially since one of our short-term goals is to run a node. It would be great to explain to the rest of the Marma J community, you guys that are watching this video, what that actually entails. So we find out why you want a chunk producer, what's a validator in general. We're talking about how much we have now and how kind of we're relatively far away. But now we kind of got to figure out some of the specifications, what we have goals, but how are we going to get to those goals? So we actually want to run a hardware node. We're not going to be running a software on a cloud provider. It'd be cool to join the bootcamp. The Open Chart Alliance is running for a while. They're going to have launch a month-long program to train anyone to set up their chunk producer node with command line. The bootcamp is free, so obviously I would attend this bootcamp. And is free. It's a training ground for those who have a penchant for the technical aspect of running a validator and who wish to learn to operate a node through network upgrades. Additionally, the Open Chart Alliance community includes many experienced node operators who can offer support and answer questions. I would definitely suggest anybody who wants to run a node at Near, or even if you want to run a node for another blockchain, I would definitely suggest joining the Open Chart Alliance. This says it all. There's a community around you, so you're not doing it alone. It's pretty stressful trying to keep a node up to date alone, in my opinion. I'm in a group actually for Ethereum too as well, but I don't have enough Ethereum to run Ethereum node. So that's where we are. If you're interested in being a chunk producer, please sign up below. So, we don't have enough Near for it, but we're still going to sign up. So let's just do it right now because this is the end of the article. This is it. So, who can join? Anyone who holds a sufficient number of Near tokens. So, a hardware node. Oh, you plug and play. Oh, we're not doing that. We're not. That'd be kind of cute. That's actually pretty cute. You can just buy a piece of hardware and plug it in and run. Like DApp node and stuff like that. Maybe it actually runs on DApp node. I'm not sure. Usually, I would do it like this. Just run it on a computer or a phone. But honestly, if I was getting started with 50,000 Near from the community, I would probably use a hardware node, like DApp node or whatever else, to keep it really simple. Usually they're hardware specific, so instead of getting a phone that's made for many things, or a computer, a hardware, like a desktop computer or a laptop, that's actually the purposes for many different purposes. A hardware node, its main purpose is to run nodes. So it's going to stay cool for running 24 hours a day all the time. It's going to be pretty good at staying connected to a network, or maybe multiple networks. And the security of the node is going to be good. It should be good considering it's made to keep millions of dollars secure. And so we're going to click this button. I am interested. Let's see what happens. Start. Let's talk about you and your company. We'll see what happens here. What is your first name? Okay, Chloe. What is your last name? These are easy so far. I like this. It's gonna be like, do you have enough Near? No. Where can I send you emails? info@marmaj.org. That's what I would like to receive it at. What is my location and time zone? This is a trick. I feel like when you sorry, but going into crypto survey forums, and when they ask you where do you live, what's your name, I'm like, dude, why do you want so much information. North America, time zone, EDT. Sure, that's vague enough. How long have you been involved in the blockchain and cryptocurrency space? I guess 4 years. Sure. Let's talk about your POS operations. Ooh, this is scary. Feel free to skip some questions. Okay. Are you already a POS validator on other projects? No. No, we are not. Cool. How long have you been following Near Protocol? Maybe 8 months. Not that long, to be fair. Are you currently staking any of your Near tokens via delegation? Yes. How many do you have? Oh, see, we're in this first tier. Sad. Have you participated in previous stake wars? No, we have not, actually. What would make you excited about becoming a long-term Near validator? It would allow us to be more sustainable as we support our community. Let's keep it pretty vague. Why not? Thank you. We will look into your application and we'll stake to your validators soon. In the meantime, come say hi in the validators chat in the Near Protocol Discord. Cool. So potentially, if I run a validator without having enough Near, and I say I only have 10,000, maybe the Near Foundation will stake the other 40,000 so we can stay up to date. That would be super cool. And if this is the case, I'm definitely buying a DApp node like this weekend, but I don't know yet. So let's see what happens when I join the validator chat. Accept invite. Okay, well, I mean, I already had Discord open, but let's see what happens, right? I'm actually curious now. This is why I do these things live, because I'm like, if someone reads this and goes through this article, what are they going to see? Now you know what they'll see, and I know what I'm seeing. Okay, I feel like at this point in time, my next step, okay, let's see. I feel like the next step, though, for me, after reading all of this, okay, well, I'm not going to do this again. Let's get back to the article. I mean, this video is pretty much going to be over. I mean, I'm going to go back to, yep, no one asked any questions. Perfect. So yeah, that's our goals. Our goal is to earn enough Near to have our own validator. Seems like if we run a validator on mainnet, they might stake to our validator and help, like Near Foundation might send us some Near tokens to validate. And it seems like, yes, I would love to learn how to launch a validator through CLI. Believe me, I would. But probably much simpler to get a hardware node. You know what? I have to do it now. DApp node, because everyone's like, what are you talking about? What's a DApp node? You just plug it in, connect it to your internet, and I might buy one right now. Jeez. Okay, but let's just make sure, let's go shopping. Okay, the easiest way to run a P2P node, and I trust DApp node mainly because a lot of people in the Ethereum community use one to run their ETH2 nodes. There you go. Beast of all DApp nodes. Ooh, it's a nice Intel NUC i7. So, okay, we talked about some of the requirements, so let's go up to the requirements. So for this, you're only going to need a 4-core CPU, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and 200 gigabytes of storage. If you go shopping here, you could see that a DApp node has 32 gigs of RAM, more than we need. 16 gigs of RAM. Okay, so let's go back here. Perfect, 16 gigs of RAM. And so this one, and 4 terabytes of storage. Beautiful. That's way more than enough. Now they have mini ones, okay? You can do like 8 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage, 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage. Again, this might be, again, a little closer to what we're looking for, a DApp node advanced. And let's look at, is that all I got? Perfect. So arguably, this might be a more reasonable price, 800 euro. The reason why I might not do that, and it might be, well, okay, I'll go to the main. I'm not even sure where. Oops, this isn't the right page. Let's go to near.org, the regular homepage, and see if we can find what we're looking for. And you can just install too. The cool thing about DApp node is that you can actually take a regular NUC or a regular PC or computer, and you can hit install. and you can just install the DApp node software onto your device. I didn't actually check. Like, can I stake near on DApp node? Because the only I'm not seeing. Oh, Stake Wars. I'm not seeing anything about DApp node though in Stake Wars. This is cool though. Because that would be the easiest thing. Like, run near on your node now. See what happens. Start your staking pool now. Okay, let's see. It says start your staking pool now. Let's see what happens. I should do a different video, but I know. So yeah, this isn't helpful. I want to know if I can run it on a DApp node easily. Quick start. Get your beta net. See, spin up Ubuntu. And run near up. Deploy. Submit this form to go into Stake Wars. Okay. See, I should have done this already. Yeah, it's my fault. I've been somewhat busy. Like, so this is all running it again. This is all Stake Wars, where you're running it on your own. I feel as though it would make sense for me to just see. This is always hard for me. I don't know why there's all this random stuff here, instead of just taking me to something useful like validators. Gosh, this is difficult to navigate. There's a paper here at least. Okay, let's try this again. We got this. Near validator. There you go. To the documentation. My bad. So the specifications are, here you go. Oh, the specific, okay, that's confusing to me. I'm not gonna lie. So, okay, so we see this, right? It says, because you only have to track one shard, you can run it on a 4-core PCU with 16 gigs of RAM and 200 gigabytes of storage, right? Now I'm seeing minimum node requirements, 4 cores, 16 gigs of RAM, and okay, obviously this is minimum. You don't want to be doing minimum node requirements. But still, I mean, that's the same. It hasn't gone down at all. I just think it's kind of funny. Yeah, that defeats the purpose to me. But okay, so it's saying that to run a full node on Near, this seems too small. I think this is, wait, yeah, I think you need at least 1 terabyte. I would suggest to run a node on Near. So it seems like 6 gigabytes of RAM is more than enough. So let's close this. Seems like, okay, 1 terabyte, DDR, 16 gigs. This does, oh, it is saying you should have an i7 though. Okay, so it seems like, well, we might as well, see, this is where I get stuck. I'm like, well, I might as well buy this one. Come on. Oh, am I actually gonna pay? This is the beauty of Near. This is the bonus of Near pumping. Let's see what it would look like if we ordered it now anyways. Choose power cord, USA. Okay, it can be up to 4 weeks to even get it out there. Whatever. It'll probably take me some time to even, get all this stuff done. But I still have not seen, I mean, okay, no matter what, even if you have a DApp node and you need to install your own software on there, you can. But it would be great to I should ask. I'll ask in Discord later. So for now, that's going to be the end of this video. The goal is I'm going to buy a DApp node and it should be here within, let's say, a month or two. And then I'll do another video later about setting up the DApp node on BetaNet or testnet or whatever kind of, actually probably testnet, just because it would be cool to track testnet. Or maybe we'll just run it on run the Marma J node on mainnet or validator on mainnet, because technically you can run the node without having enough stake to earn rewards. And that would probably be a good start. So that's the goal. So when I say, what are the Marma J DAO goals for sustainability? The goal is to buy this DApp node, plug it in, connect it to the internet, run it, and see if we can get some Near sent to us. Because apparently, when I said I'm interested, it said that maybe they'll start staking on our node. So, yep. that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful. Maybe you are running a project and you want to be sustainable long term, and you're like, how do I do that? What should I do? Running a validator might be a viable option, and you won't need $34 million. You'll need $500,000, which is still a lot. But if the Near Foundation is going to stake with you, then maybe you only need 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 Near. Maybe you already have 30,000 Near. Maybe you're close to getting that 50,000 mark, or maybe you're really far and maybe you have a really good idea and they want to support you anyway. But I would definitely suggest trying it out. I'll share my experience and hope this was helpful. Bye, y'all.